my name is Gabby and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be the very first episode of a new series that I'm doing called Can It Be DIY'd? A series where I take highly priced furniture and home decor and try to remake it for a fraction of the cost. I have been eyeing this West Elm wall sconce. It has such a beautiful and unique design. I love that it's a wall sconce, but it acts as a chandelier, which makes it very renter friendly. But it is $279, so I think that this lamp can be totally DIY'd using this IKEA wall sconce. I have never done electrical work, so this should be interesting. Before we get started, be sure to like this video if you enjoy this content. Comment down below if you have any suggestions on what you want to see me DIY next, and be sure to hit subscribe if you enjoy all things home decor, DIY, furniture flips, room makeovers, and everything else in between. Now, let's get started. So this is the IKEA wall lamp that I'm going to be DIYing for this dupe. It is called the Sconce. I don't know how to say it, I'm sorry guys, but this is the name of it right here. It comes in this chrome finish and has this globe light bulb situation going on. As you can see, the structure is very similar to the West Elm lamp, so I am feeling pretty confident about this DIY. I do think that we can make this look very similar to the West Elm lamp. I hope I'm not wrong. So in order to accomplish this DIY, we're gonna have to remove the lamp socket from this lamp. If you don't know what a lamp socket is, it's basically the part of the lamp that you screw the light bulb in, and it has like all the electrical components to turn on the light. The reason why we have to switch out the lamp socket is because the lamp socket that comes with the IKEA lamp is not equipped to hold up a lampshade in order for us to be able to get this lamp to look like the West Elm lamp. So the first step to this DIY is to remove the front half of the lamp that holds the socket and that little metal plate. It's very secured to the lamp, so you're gonna have to tug at it for quite some time for it to come off, but I promise it will come off. I actually went in and used a pipe cutter because I didn't think it was going to come out, but in the process of me using it, it did end up pulling off. I do not recommend using a pipe cutter to remove it, just because there's a screw at the bottom of the lamp that we are going to need. Just keep tugging at it and I promise it'll come off. So now that the socket is off, it's time to paint the lamp. I actually went ahead and prepped the lamp for paint just because I didn't think that the chrome finish was gonna allow any paint to stick to it. So to prep the lamp for paint, all I did was sanded it down using this 150 grit sandpaper. By sanding it down, you're creating a textured surface for the paint to stick onto. And then I wiped it down and then sprayed it down with a primer. I just used 2 very thin layers on both sides of the lamp. So now that the lamp is prepped and ready for paint, I'm gonna go ahead and spray paint it. If you look at the original West Elm lamp, the front half of the lamp is bronze and the back half of the lamp is matte black. So I'm actually going in and first spray painting the bronze section. I'm using this Rust-Oleum spray paint in the color Champagne Bronze. I love this color and I use it on all of my DIY projects. I'm covering it with very light and thin layers to give it an even and flawless look. I also made sure to let the paint completely dry before adding another coat of paint on top of that. Once the gold section was done, I went ahead and spray painted the back half with this ultra matte black spray paint, also from Rust-Oleum, and I made sure to use the same technique. So now that your lamp is painted, it is time for the fun part, adding the new socket. I'm not gonna lie, I was very nervous for this part because I thought it was gonna be really hard, but it ended up being super easy. Warning, before we get into how to add the new socket, make sure that your lamp is completely unplugged from the wall, please, and thank you. Fair warning. As you can see, there are 2 wires hanging out of your lamp. These wires are connected to the plug of your lamp. One of these wires slash plug prongs are neutral and the other wire is power. It is important to know which one is which in order to add the new socket to it. Usually these wires will be color coded. The white wire would be the neutral wire and the black wire would be the power wire. In this case, neither are color coded. They both look exactly the same, but there is a way to figure out which is which. First way to figure it out is going back to step 1 when we removed the old socket. You can pay attention and see which wire came out out of which terminal of this old socket. The terminal is what the wire connects to in order to turn on the light bulb. If you look at the socket, there's an N and an L on it. So if the wire came out of the N, that means it's neutral, and if it came out of the L, that means it's loaded, which is power. If you didn't pay attention to which wire came out of which terminal, that is totally fine. There's another way to figure it out using a multimeter. A multimeter is going to tell you which wire is connected to which plug, and it's actually very simple to use. All you're going to do is connect one of the probes to one of the prongs of the plug. You're going to get the other probe and connect it to one of the wires. If it makes a noise, then that means that that wire and that prong is connected. If it doesn't make a noise, that means it's not. So once you figure out which wire goes to which plug, you can look at the plug to figure out which one is neutral and which one is power. If you look at the plugs, both of the plugs are different. One of them is skinny and the other one has like a wider end to it. The one with the wider end is the neutral plug, and the one that is skinny is the power plug. So now that you know the polarity of the wires, it is time to attach it to the new socket. I picked up this socket with the metal shade ring. This shade ring is what's going to actually hold up your shade. So it's very important that you get a socket that has one. I'm first going to remove the ring as well as that metal part that is on top of the socket, just to make it easier to connect the wires. That metal piece is what connects the socket to the lamp. So I just went ahead and removed it. There's two little screws at the bottom of the socket. You can just unscrew them and then attach that metal piece to your lampshade, which is why you shouldn't use a pipe cutter, because you actually need that little screw that comes out of the lamp. You see, this all comes full circle, guys. So now that you removed the metal piece and the ring, it should be a lot easier to attach your wires to the new socket. If you notice, there's a silver screw and a gold screw at the top of the socket. That's what you're going to connect your wires to. The neutral wire connects to the silver screw and the power wire connects to the gold screw. To connect the wires to the screw, all you have to do is loosen up the screw just a little bit, put the wires under the screw, and then tighten the screw to keep the wire in place. Attach the socket back to the metal piece that you attached to your lamp, insert a light bulb, turn on your light, and congratulations, you are officially an electrical engineer. I'm so proud of you. Now that you have a functioning lamp, it is time to put it in place. I'm actually putting my lamp above my dining area. My dining area, as you can see, is very bare. There's not really much going on, and there's also hardly any lighting. So I really wanted to create this lamp in order to make this space a lot brighter. I just attached the lamp to the wall, following the instructions that came with it. Is finally done. It is time to show you all the final reveal. If you remember, this lamp originally had a chrome finish with this decorative glass bulb at the end of it, and we were able to transform it into this. And that was my first ever episode of Can It Be DIY'd, and I think it was a complete success. We were able to transform this IKEA lamp into this beautiful West Elm dupe for a fraction of the cost. This West Elm lamp cost $279, and we were able to make this lamp for only $85.69. I think it's safe to say that this DIY was a success. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave it a big thumbs up. If you decide to try out this DIY, definitely be sure to share it with me over on my Instagram. I'll leave the handle up here and also down below. Be sure to leave any suggestions on what you want to see from me next. And as always, hit subscribe if you enjoy all things home decor, DIY, furniture flips, room makeovers, and everything else in between. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.